So,
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me okay? Am I coming in good?
yep, good enough.
All right. Cool.
So last we left, you guys were kind of at the city gates. Everybody was all jazzed, and I like pictured people kind of like clearing out, heading towards town, assuming there was going to be like impromptu festivities.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
yeah,
We would.
the last thing that happened was like May talking to Boz. I just went back and listened to it.
Yeah.
So go. Yeah, ball's yours.
Your Majesty, should we get everyone together? Didn't you want to download the new colonists once we got back, or did you already do that? I
Well,
felt like
we should probably talk to the captain
Yeah, we
first.
did.
and Tell
You
her
guys, you guys haven't told,
absolutely everything.
right. You guys didn't
Yeah.
tell. You've kind of told the first waivers some stuff, like everything
Okay.
you know. You
Yeah.
haven't told the second waivers anything.
I didn't think so. So we will.
Yeah, we did.
will-
Did you?
I don't
we
remember.
talked about it, but I thought we decided to,
I mean,
to wait till
they-
we got back.
They saw the people they knew and their loved ones that were there and stuff. They saw them come back and stuff. You know, like the
Oh, no.
blacksmith saw his son.
We waited till the morning.
Right?
Austin's frozen, but I think
Well,
that's what he was about to say.
He's pausing in these really great spots where it's like,
Yeah, it seriously looked like he's sucking somebody.
You look
off.
like you're in the sledgehammer
bit.
video.
Or like he just ate a warhead for the first time.
that's why I shouldn't have kids, because I would be feeding them stuff like warheads
Children.
just to watch their reaction.
Fuckers are children.
I mean, you can do it with lemons.
I would
It's
give
the
them,
fruit.
Give them to my dogs. So anyway, what were you saying, Austin?
Apologies.
Can you guys hear me yet?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, shit. Right, but I'm just saying, everyone knows about the slavery and everyone knows the plan. But since we've gotten back with the rescued settlers back to back to our town, we haven't said anything to anyone since. Well, because Ditsua, he's gonna want to debrief the captain.
Sure.
Because we're back. The captain is the one that's actually in charge. I'm not. Nitsua isn't in charge of anything, and he doesn't have any official capacity other than being Nitsua and the person that they trust, right? But so he's going to defer to the captain now that everyone's back, and like talk to her, get consensus and buy-in, and his thing.
That's
So
fine.
he's just being hanging around until he can get some one-on-one time with the captain and the crew.
Well, that's fine. Is there anybody else you would want? Because she, like, obviously, whenever you guys want, you can just, like, go back to her place and do this. Is there anybody else you want there?
No,
Okay.
maybe the wizard. I don't know.
I mean, he can be there. I don't care.
The wizard. Well, yeah, we solved all of his stuff, all the blight stuff.
Yeah, he's pretty
but-
pretty chill. He's learning how to farm now. He's gotten pretty good at it.
Yeah, but then just
Cool.
just the team and her.
Okay. So yeah, you're in her place, and she's like, so how are things?
Well, things have all turned out quite rather well. It was a bit sticky there for a little bit. We followed the clues and found the settlement. I'm not quite sure what happened. I guess one of the settlers who was not hired but sent by my father with one of the. Well, no.
She's
Anyway.
like, Constant. She was one of the lackeys.
Right.
Yeah.
To hold on to the piece to go and hide it.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure.
And she got power hungry and decided to she used what power she did have to get a crew, and then she just used that to then steal the settlers. I guess she thought it was a good idea, and it sounds like she was just going to put them into slavery because that's what That's what they do. So I'm not sure if we were sent over here to be enslaved, or if it just turned out well for that to happen.
I
But
mean,
they're dead now,
well,
and we get some fish people. Fish people were cool. We got high. That was nice. We talked to the coven. I'm not sure what we're gonna do about them.
They want a
Some of
heart
this,
she says,
of someone pure.
I mean, I don't think I mean, I'm don't get me wrong. I'm not defending them, but it sounds like the rest of us probably would have been trimmed and dressed to be slaves ourselves had they not messed up the plans, as it were. I mean,
yeah, I
there's no
believe that
reason to
that
think
was
they
the
would have
plan.
just kept sending waves. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know the plans, but who knows, man. I'm glad you
Well,
guys got it. Says, so what's next?
well, we're here. I'm. Do we know when the net? If there's another shipment that was supposed to come in after us,
Like a
like
third
a third
wave?
wave?
Uh,
I
Wasn't
mean, I
supposed
assume
to be for a while.
yeah,
What
I don't
what
remember
we've
what we've
heard.
said, but like you would probably think, yeah, probably eventually. But if there was like, what I say, like 3 months between, something like that. Like there, let's just say there was 3 months between what the first wave and the second wave. You figure it's probably going to be at least that long, and it definitely hasn't been 3 months.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
guys haven't taken
Well,
90 long rests, so
I don't know how. If we can, I mean, I think we need to get some volunteers, get some people who are willing to go back and try and stop the slavery. Like we need to go back, and I want to do what we can to set things right back there, and to stop them from doing it again, and to hold those who need to justice.
sure. She says, oh, you have any plans about that heart y'all need?
Well, the plan was to get the pieces and to bring my uncle back so that we could use him to confront the king. But
Sure,
we have some pretty hard evidence now,
sure.
and and something like this gets out, and as it is true, it'll be impossible to hide any longer.
Right.
Especially when,
I just don't get me wrong. I'm all for the cause. It's like what 50, 60 of us, and we're walking into a kingdom of thousands.
well, they don't know we're coming either,
No, 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 no,
and
no. You misunderstand me. Have all the evidence you want. You're gonna. That's a lot of people to convince. Is all I'm saying.
well, we don't have to convince all of them at once either. All we need is some rumors going around, the right evidence, and to find out to get some more evidence and the people who he's hiding us from, is the kingdom. Some of them might not mind, but I don't think most of them will be able to abide it.
Sure. No, I mean, shit. I live there too. Like I said, dude, I'm following y'all's lead. Y'all have done all the heavy
And as we
lifting.
know, this is all coming from my father, anyways. It's not like if we stop him, just takes over and keeps doing it. So there is definitely a way to stop all of this
She says,
once and for all.
all right, well, you guys, we can keep coming up with a plan. If y'all decide you need a heart, I I've stumbled upon a contingency, but you let me know. And
I like contingency.
I do have something I have to well, someone I need to introduce to the people.
all right,
It might be a bit of a shock, but I believe I have a good speech in mind to soften the blow.
Yeah, that's definitely something you're known for. You sense the heavy sarcasm.
I'm giving it the realest college try I think I've ever given it before.
All right. So you want to like gather everybody, do another presser? That
Yeah.
cool. All right. Well, we'll meet out by the well in the square. I don't know. Like, give me 10 minutes to get everybody wrestled up.
Sure.
All right. So she heads out. She leaves you guys there. You do whatever you want, and she starts going and wrestling everybody. And 10 minutes go by, and they're all gathered up on the makeshift stage that was there. I think we've used this
Ladies
before.
and gentlemen of the Coasted Shoot Bill, I have an announcement to make. As you know, I, Ace Burbank, Master of the Arcane, Slayer of Dragons, have been a hero of this small hamlet, but my power did not just come from me. It was gifted to me by a very powerful friend. Unfortunately, I've recently come to find out that he has made some mistakes in the past. Apparently, he had gifted similar power to our besieged, horrible, slaving king. He did not know what the king would do or what he would portray out. The power is gifted to the person, and what they do with it is their will. He truly feels guilty and horrible about the mistake he's made. And he can't get over this feeling. So I suggested that he pay a repentance similar to a Tempton Langley, and he gestures to him somewhere in the crowd.
Nice.
Or
Let's
if
just
not
say
there, he just gestures out.
He's chilling in some stocks, and he's like,
He's going to pay a debt to this town through labor and care. He will be a citizen just like the rest of us. Does anyone oppose?
You hear a lot of rubble, but
Which one means yes?
They've all taken their ears off and thrown them at you. They you hear, like I said, you hear a lot of rabble, but nobody like pipes up. So presumably you're unopposed.
He
Real
at
quick,
that point. Go ahead.
Hold on, real quick. So the genie is asking to become a citizen?
Well, he's not necessarily, but that's how Ace is verbalizing it. The genie's
Because
just going to basically pay a debt to the community.
Trying to ingratiate himself.
Yeah.
Okay. But he's not actually asking to become he's not asking to become a
No.
citizen.
This is how Ace is. Ace makes everything sound formal.
Also, I don't know why you're questioning him, Austin. Obviously, Ace is quite the wordsmith.
Yeah. Come on. So he, at that point, he tosses down this lamp on the ground and he says, I present to you the great and powerful genie. I don't know what happens.
People hear the word genie and they know what it is. They've heard of genies before. But you see a tiny genie head, and
And Ace is going to use a floating ability. He's going to start to float.
He's kind of like Kilroy out the spout of the lamp, right? And he like just slowly kind of emerges, and he generates a feat for himself, so he can like stand. He doesn't want to be like a floating, wispy funnel bottom. Funnel bottom is a good halfling last name.
Ace just looks at him. No more secrets.
He's like he kind of like he essentially has the
Because that's what Genie said to him before.
right.
I picture the genie from a DuckTales movie.
Don't remember that one.
See, yeah, I don't either. I pictured Genie from Aladdin,
Let
100%.
me see. I'm googling.
But
Genie
with
from
Tommy Chong's face.
Oh. Yeah, definitely not this. But yeah.
Is this much more evil?
I mean, it's
No.
much more duck-based because it's
Yes,
Oh.
it's a duck.
yeah, it's a duck.
That makes sense.
It looks like that.
Oh, it's just a duck.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
right.
duck
Now I
in
remember.
Genie garb.
Now I
And
remember.
it's voiced by Rip Taylor.
Yeah, that's I wish I could do Rip Taylor, but no,
It's
no
just
dice
a
here.
duck dressed like the Sultan from Aladdin.
Right.
Pretty
so
much.
you have Genie comes out and he's basically got the demeanor of a kid who got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Like he'd have his hand in his pockets. He's kind of looking down and he kind of hey everybody. People are like they're not panicked, but you can tell they're like concerned. It's like this is fucking weird. He's like, what he said is it's all true. That's kind of the deal we strike up. I mean, I guess we should all just kind of consider ourselves lucky that old Ace he goes. We should consider ourselves lucky that that old Ace here. He pauses and he's like, he decided to use his training for better causes. He says, I mean, I don't know.
At
I don't
your
really know
behest,
what to do. He's like,
my genie.
should we open it up to questions? What are we doing here, Ace?
Do a song, Jerry Moonbeam?
Jerry Moonbeam, he's like, he like had his squeeze box, but like one of the things fell off, like one of his hand fell out of one of the straps, so like his squeeze box is just like slinky down to the floor, and he's just standing there. You've actually stunned Jerry Moonbeam into silence with a genie. That's all it took. He's not even saying his own name at this point.
And Ace just starts, he like leads into Genie for a duet, and he just starts singing the lyrics, the opening to Stairway to Heaven.
Like you're making the mouth
To
noises. Of the
The sounds, right?
No.
Oh,
He
you're
just
singing
starts
the
with the lyrics.
Dun, dun.
There's a lady who waits.
The captain comes forward and she's like, "All right, y'all." She's like, "Pick your damn jaws up." She's like,
No song? Okay.
no. Later.
No stairway. Denied.
He was trying to entice Jerry.
She says, "All right, y'all, jaws off the ground." You know, is this really the worst thing that's happened? The most shocking thing that's happened since we've been here? Yeah, I didn't think so. She's like, "Now, met this fella before. He's good folk." She's met Genie before, right?
I thought she had.
I think so.
You said she hadn't.
I think
So-
she has.
But
She
I
has
thought
now.
they had.
Retcon.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's like, I met this dude before. He's good people. All right. She says, so if you got problems, either voice them now or keep them to yourselves. It's either shit or get off the pot. He's here. He's gonna be part of the team. He's gonna make all your lives easier, at least a little bit. So, as they say, more hands make less work. She's like, any issues? You see, like a couple of people like kind of perk up, like they want to say stuff, and but they kind of recede back, and you see what was her name? Sandy. The little
Yeah.
kid you gave. Austin, if you're talking to us, you're muted.
Did Sua sees some people like maybe clear their throat, and he like catches their eye, and he does like one of those like.
I think that was her name, right?
Sandy and Randy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So Sandy steps forward and she says, "Hello, Mister Genie. It's nice to meet you. Um, she guys, I don't think I have a question so much specifically for you as just everybody up there. Are we in danger?" And
From Genie?
the captain kind of laughs and she's like, "No, Sandy, we're good." She's like, "Don't worry about that." She goes, "All right," and she just kind of recedes back, and then Randy steps forward, and he like takes his wand that you gave him. I don't even remember what it was. Color spray, maybe.
No, it was
Minor image.
no, it's disguise self.
That's right. He takes
Wand of
his
disguise self.
he takes his wand and he kind of like points it at Genie, but he's like smiling the whole time. And Genie like fucking he fakes like he got shot. He goes, and then he falls down, and the kid laughs.
Oh man, he caught me.
Everybody's like, everybody. You hear some light chuckles, and Genie pops up. He goes, "All right, what's first?" And she says, "Well, I don't know. Don't worry. There's no shortage of work around here. We'll find something for you to do." She goes, "So like I said, everybody, let's get back to it. If you've got problems, come to me. They'll be dealt with. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, he's treat him as one of your own." And everybody kind of scatters. There's less grumbling harumps than there was before. So you get the overall sense that people, I mean, if there's any kind of caution, it's super minor. But, give them time to sleep on it, and I'm sure they'll be good.
Genie, are you able to conjure up like a huge feast or something? Maybe something to bribe them, win them over?
I was about to say, this is a reality stone.
Great.
Well, no, there's magic spells
There's
for
like
that shit.
create food and water is a thing.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he
Like-
actually does have create food and water. How about that?
yeah.
3 times a day, he can make 135 pounds of food.
Yeah.
So everybody's kind of walking away, and there's an empty table, like maybe outside the tavern, and he decides to use all 3 of his create food and water into one super spell. And there's a gigantic, already roasted pig with the apple in its mouth, and it kind of appears above the table like 3 to 4 inches, and then drops down. The table kind of creaks, but it settles and it's good. Everybody
Sinks like 2 inches into the ground.
Yeah. The ground gives way. That's good. And everybody kind of like gasps because it startles them. They turn around. He's like, well, hope it tastes good. And he like rolls up sleeves. And everybody seems a little happier.
Oh, you had me at free.
He's like, I always thought you were kind of easy, but all right. So yeah, everybody's they're much happier now. So they're certainly more at ease. So yeah, what do you guys want to do?
I mean, Ace would get ready he would tell the tale once everybody's settled a bit
Sure.
of what we've been off doing.
Yeah. That works. You have you want Jerry Moonbeam on some backup, like some background music for it.
Yeah, he would get everybody involved. It's not going to be a big production like normal because he's beat to hell.
Right.
Been through it a bit.
Yeah.
It's time for a rest. But he would still, like, around the table tell the tale.
Sure.
Put a candle up under his chin, under the moonlight, outside.
Right. So you're doing this around this time. like everybody's kind of chilling there, listening to it all, all that good jazz, and Nitsua, what the fuck was her name? God damn it, Kendall, the lady that took your bow, she comes back, and she goes, here, I made some adjustments. And your bow looks a little different, but you pick it up and you can tell it's yours. And it's gone from a mundane bow to a +2 bow. So whenever you get settled, don't worry, don't be in any rush. You don't have a +2 whatever kind
long
of bow.
bow.
You had. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I think it was.
Bow. So, yeah, that is in your.
Ugh, so much worse of a view. We see more of his fucking face.
You're supposed to smell him? Is that what it is?
I guess. He must not have showered in a few
5K.
weeks.
Yo, what?
I hope he doesn't
Instead of
smell
4K?
like that.
What's 5K?
I hope it doesn't smell like that fucking chick in on the night shift. She smells like she rolled on the Bath and Body Works fucking conveyor belt.
I don't know
It's
who you're
fucking-
talking about.
She
Yeah,
wears
inside
in
references.
flip flops and walks across the dock where people are driving forklifts. Hope she gets her foot run over.
Hey, Austin, I-35 traffic, it's a bitch,
Don't
right?
laugh. Sorry,
Just
guys.
shit we only know about.
I'm trying to think it.
You can't correlate with women who wear too much perfume. Austin, you're muted.
Just say walking into a Dillard's, because that's...
You did say Bath and Body Works. I mean,
I said Bath and Body Works. Like, do you not have that in Texas?
That's not even a thing.
it's
We
not
don't-
a thing. Get out
From
here.
Cedar Park. We don't
It
go
might
down.
not be anymore. I don't know. I'm fucking old.
Okay.
No, I candle shop online.
Oh shit, Adam
Because
Shane.
that's the best way to candle shop.
Yeah. I mean, what better than Purple Magic to understand the names and the scents of everything? Because it's fucking stupid the way they label candles.
100%. I hate the way they label beer too, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Craft breweries need to just stick to, hey,
Oh, so it's
extra
cheese?
hoppy IPA.
No, not that kind of craft.
I mean,
All right.
do they label anything well?
Not really.
I think
Label
they're
maker. Sorry, I'm working on a Type 5 apparently.
Okay. So, let's see. Yeah. Does anybody have anything they want to do before the night winds down?
No,
I mean-
I had nothing planned, so that's why when you said to go ahead and fast forward, but I understood John wanted
Yeah,
to
no, that's
take
all
care
great.
of some things.
Yeah. Well, I just felt like this is such a big moment
Oh yeah, no,
to
it
fast
was-
forward us coming back. Is
No,
it
it's
was-
fine.
it
I
was
wasn't
well-
gonna
well
force
done.
Yeah.
it on you, but
no, for sure. The fucking I mean, Ace would be chatting up the captain after he gets done. Like he's just spending time with her.
yeah.
No, he's gonna drink, eat, and whore his way into an early grave.
I mean, that's the worst way to go,
Who's the town whore?
right?
Who is Baz getting in
Ace.
with?
Hang on. Yeah, right?
I mean,
Hang on. Let's go to
yes,
John.
but
Let's
not
go,
anymore.
let's go
He's
back to-
trying to settle down.
John,
He's
there
trying
are
to
many
reform.
types of
Let's
many
go back
types
to
of whores.
fantasynamegenerators.com. Let's see. We've got werewolf names, werewolf pack names, witch names, no whore names.
What did you
Oh.
say right now? The
Oh.
something bottom.
You know,
What?
There was the name that you came up with. You said right now that was something bottom.
Oh, shit. I don't know. It'll be on the recording.
Yeah, you just. I'm like that. Something bottom. That's gotta work.
Right. It's down bottom. That.
Thank you.
That Rough Rider song. Yeah. Yeah. What the fuck was that? I don't know. It's not important. It's recorded.
bottoms up.
Yes. Let me see your cup.
He's at the bottoms up club.
DC Comics name generator. Dungeons and Dragons name generators? That's kind of general. Oh, okay. I see. Bullywug. So me and John were trying to, was it last session or the session before? we were going through this fantasynamegenerator.com, which is a great website.
Oh God!
And we were going through. Was it the race I pick's name? It was that, right?
Was it turtles?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
But
were you trying not to say
no,
that?
it's,
Sorry.
it's all good. So we were going through like a specific species, and like one of them, like a lot of them were like dick and like goo, and like it was real gross. Like,
It was fucked up.
like I think one of them was like fuquad. Like I'm not gonna
Yeah.
name my guy fuckwad. Like can we not with this
Like
shit?
Lord Farquaad?
Kind of, but like
Similar, yeah.
one of-
It was like FUQ
you know what it might have
HAD
been?
or something
It might
like
have
that.
been DIQUOD. It's like dickwad, really?
There was one like that, yeah.
I'm like, no.
It it was just fucked up. It was so fucked up.
I'm getting a phone call. Hang on.
Hey boss, have you thought at all about backstory for your sorcerer?
A little bit, not a lot.
Okay.
When are we starting that? 'Cause I
Next
know what's
week
probably gonna be
might be the
after this.
last game for this session, so the following week
okay. I'll keep that
would
in
be
mind.
session 0. And I mean, if you got a skeleton, we can spitball it together
Yeah, I have a
at
more or
the
less
table.
like an idea, but I need just probably just get a few hours committed into it, and then I'll be fine.
Sounds good. Yep. Yeah, and if you need help fucking getting shit out or working shit out, toss me ideas that I can see what I can help you put together.
No, I'm pretty sure I can come up with something.
Okay. And feel free to have like characters in your backstory and fucking if you want to have a nemesis or something, I can work all that stuff into this campaign easily.
My nemesis is John.
I got a
the
lot
Tiny.
of space to work with. Oh, that sucks because he's the fucking the Lord and Master of the Ring.
He's
So,
my big,
you're screwed.
He's my big bad evil guy. All right, Austin's back. So, Austin, did you have anything you wanted to do before the night winds down?
I wanted to talk to Jeannie.
Okay. Like privately or like at the bar?
No,
Now that we're
yeah,
alone.
privately. Ace could be there,
Okay.
but like, just
So like maybe you guys go back. You guys go back to your house or something.
yeah.
All right. So
Sure.
you guys are back at your house.
I mean, we would let Genie stay there.
Yeah,
'Cause,
totally. I mean, he sleeps in a lamp. He's good.
Yeah,
So he's there. He's
he's got his own
it's
room.
like I guess get started tomorrow, huh? He's just out.
Looks like it.
Yeah.
Jeannie, I wanted to talk to you about something, and I've given it some thought. I didn't want to contradict anything you and Ace were doing today, but I wanted you to know that I don't hold you to blame for anything. If you were a mortal man, maybe that might be different, but I don't think we have the right or the capability to judge you, somebody who, as far as I understand, is immortal and who has lived for thousands of years. So, while I appreciate your help, and the only person who can judge you is you, and it sounds like you have chosen to try and right some of the wrong you feel have been a part of, maybe by second hand. And I wanted to tell you that I accept you for you, not because I think that you owe us.
You see him. I imagine he was sitting. He kind of relaxes and he's like he goes yeah, it's I appreciate that. He says it wasn't so much like I never really.
Also, sorry, what's your name?
I don't have a name.
Well, he looks over at Ace. He says, with a man of many names, surely you've got one to give him so we know what to call him.
Genie. That's what I call him. I mean, do you want a name, Genie?
Form follows function, but if he's going to interact with us, we should have a name to call him so that we're not calling.
I mean, he's still gonna he's gonna ask Genie, do you want a name?
He said, I don't know, man. He's like, I'm pretty sure we came up with one so long ago, but I'm not really worried about finding it.
He looks like a fuckbot to me.
I know you said one a
He's like,
long
Vito.
time ago, but I can't remember what it was.
He's like, I don't know, man. He's like,
Ace is gonna reach into a bag and pull out a list that he has that I'm sure fucking Genie knows about. He's like, I could start giving you some ideas.
he says, hang on, I'm on here. Okay, this now he's like, you know, I met this dude once, and he was a great guy, and you know, I wouldn't say I've tried to model my life after him by any means. He was just a cool dude, proud warrior, and his name just rang out with pomp and circumstance, but not in like an arrogant way. It was just so elegant. He's like, I guess if I could borrow that one, that would be pretty cool.
I think you can name yourself. I think that's fine.
What name is that?
He says, don't let me forget to tell you about this dude. He was just he was so cool, man. Like women wanted him and men wanted to be him kind of guy. And his name just exuded power. His name was Dave.
Dave.
File.
Dave it is.
I mean, I kind of like it.
Dave,
I gotta say, it kind of works.
You know that in ancient text, Dave, the full name of Diviago, it stands for redemption.
Are you making this up? He believes it. He doesn't care. He's just too excited. He's like, no way. That's wild.
I know that is wild, and you just picked that out of nowhere, and that's amazing.
And Ace is just gonna sadly kind of look at Mitsuha. I didn't even get to mention Count Artemis Archibald Ayers. I thought he would have liked that one. He'd have been a count, give himself a title.
Count Dave, I love it.
I've always thought Gustavo was a pretty badass name.
Even better, Genie. Count Dave, Genie. There we go.
Yeah, that'll be my first job. I'll go down to the farm and help them count all the bushels and stuff.
About that, one thing
you could be the town curator of weed.
Motherfucker.
The one thing,
Goddamn, no. Okay, first of all, Genie's not going to do inventory in D&D. That's what I spend my whole goddamn day doing.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying he could be the one that cures it. He dries it out and gets it ready for sale.
That was a choreographed outburst. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
Genie, one thing I think we might need help with.
Says,
I don't know
I'm
how.
Sorry, were you speaking to me?
Dave.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm still calling you Genie.
He flips you off.
Would you be able to help us make a ship that could take us back to Stone Shore?
Let's see. What can he do? Probably.
I mean, you can allow him to do whatever. I think he can cast Wish.
I know. No, he can't.
Okay.
But yeah, he can do stuff. He says, yeah, man, I'm sure. He's like, let me dig in my bag of tricks, and I'm sure I'll come up with something, and it'll be great.
Second question, Genie. I never really wanted to pry before, but now that you're Dave, I feel more comfortable asking these kinds of questions. Um, are y- do you are you like tied to one person at a time for like a certain amount of time or until like a certain number of wishes? Or like, can you be freed or like how does that work?
Um, I'm kind of like, I guess I'm tied to the lamp more or less. Like most of my friends, as I've been calling them, the people that learn from me, they just like, I just outlive them, right? They either die of old age or die in combat, or they can abandon me, kind of like your old man did. But yeah,
Or
like I don't have a lot of I don't really have much say in the matter.
Okay, well,
But I got a great spot over there. Points at the lamp. He's like, it's so comfortable. He's like, and I don't want for much. But yeah, no, that's kind of my deal.
cool. All right, well, yeah. I guess we can talk more about it in the morning.
Yeah,
Do you sleep?
yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I'll see what I got like an old like genie handbook, employee handbook thing. I'll flip through it and see what's in there. It's just been a good gig, so I haven't like looked like for like loopholes or like extra benefits or things like that.
Sure.
Yeah. He's like, well, guys, it's been great. I appreciate the chat and the name. It's great. He's like, well, I got a lot of work to do tomorrow, and he's beaming, like he's excited to work. So he's like, unless you guys need me for anything else, I'm gonna go get 40 weeks.
Sounds fantastic, Genie. You've earned it.
He's like, oh, finger guns. He says finger guns when he does finger guns, and he dips
That's the
back
only
into
way.
the lamp.
That's the only way they do finger guns.
That's right.
Ace is gonna light up a joint and chill with Nitsua, and then go to bed.
All right, so you guys are all settling down, and I want to take us back because I did prepare something for tonight, and I'm going to take us back to an old session, if you will, Dede. So this should.
Oh, I will.
Let me know. This should come through. And the years have been lonely. Everybody hear that? The blacksmith is happy
Yeah.
for the company. He suggests a name for the nameless figure. Brad to honor his fallen son, and Doc because of where he found him, combined into one powerful moniker. A smile creeps over Tola's face as he utters, Braddock. No sooner than the name leaves his lips, we see Braddock sit up out of a dead sleep. Sweat pours from his brow as flood of memories that he thought was just a dream overtake any other thought he may have. After this dream, or maybe a nightmare is a more befitting title, there's no way Braddock will find slumber. He gets up out of bed, silently walks to the door, and ventures out to take a stroll by the sea. He knows this day will be a particularly rough day. How could it not? Nothing will ever be the same. We see him walking by the docks where he was found. He walks out to the edge and looks down into a dark, deep body of water. He sees a broken and rusted anchor seemingly abandoned on the dock with several feet of rope attached to it. Knowing the place he once held, and knowing the seemingly impossible task of returning to the position he once was in, he makes the decision to ride the anchor to the tomb on Umberlee, the goddess of the sea's floor. As he plunges swiftly, Braddock hears a voice that is oh so vaguely familiar.
There is no honor in this path. Who are you? Who are you? All will be explained, but for now I am the strength that you currently lack. Now unbind yourself and I will lead you back to the former glory, your former glorious self.
Braddock struggles to detach the rope frantically. However, his panic only seems to tighten the knots. He descends and descends until once again darkness returns and consciousness leaves him. We see a first-person view of two eyes slowly opening to see a figure standing over. The figure says, "Good morning. What are you doing here?" choking on seawater, Braddock is unable to respond. The figure standing over Braddock sizes him up and says, "Yes, I think he will do just fine." Blackout.
Who are those assholes?
Right? They sound like they're terrible at D&D. So I just wanted to bring that up because we're gonna do another cutscene because Mr. Braddock, we still don't know his whole deal, do we? So we cut to the aforementioned unknown figure who discovered him at the very end of that. We see him looking over Braddock, and Braddock is working at an anvil in a forge. He's hammering out a broadsword, and it's fine enough, but if we're being honest, it's mediocre at best. The figure says, "This isn't working. Perhaps if he can't forge the weapons, he could wield them." And he orders Braddock to stop working. He goes, "This isn't what you're suited for. Come on, I have another idea for you." Braddock kind of looks disappointed, but follows obediently after the man who saved his skin. Here we are. Behind this door, something that maybe better suits you. We cut to the door. We cut to Braddock's brow as beads of sweat form. We cut back to the door. We cut to Braddock's fist, balling and clenching up. He's white-knuckling at this point. Cut to his foot, digging into the dirt floor. Just then, click! The unknown figure opens the door. Braddock's whole body relaxes. "Come, my loyal follower." Braddock and the figure walk into a resplendent room with lights glinting off of various metallic objects. It's an armory. The figure says, "I think this is a much better place for you. Here, you can become a beacon of force. You will learn to demolish your enemies, squashing them like bugs under your mighty foot. Become a harbinger for the demise of those that are less righteous than our own." Braddock takes stock of the room, and every weapon and piece of armor he could imagine line the walls of this room. They surround an open pit in the center. The figure goes on to tell Braddock that he will be trained by the best soldiers in the world to become a machine of death. A weapon to be pointed in a direction and mow down everything in its path. And he does. Months of training go by, and Braddock takes to it like a lakatha to water. He soon matches the skill of even his most seasoned teachers. The figure calls him away from his training. Braddock obliges. He says, "My dear boy, I have a gift for you." And he unveils a longsword. It's beautiful. It's jewel-encrusted and perfectly balanced. The figure plucks a hair from his coif and drops it on the blade, and it splits effortlessly. This is the highest quality weapon that money can buy. I had plans to give it to one of my sons when they reach age, but knowing my lovely wife, she'll probably push them towards that godforsaken light that she won't shut the fuck up about. Peace and love don't bring prosperity. Prosperity is built on the backs of those willing to get their hands dirty. Take this gift and smite those who stand in your way. A couple of days pass, and Braddock loves his new implement of destruction. He decides to thank his master for the lovely gift. He finds where his target's located and opens the door. His jaw drops. In the room, he sees a table with a huge pile of coins on it. He also sees a large man bound and gagged. The man is super muscular, super huge. He hears his savior say, "This is the quality of the stock I can offer you." Realizing what's happening, Braddock gasps. "Get out!" his master bellows. Braddock slams the door shut behind him. A few moments pass and the door opens. "Braddock, walk with me." And they walk. He says, "I'm sorry I raised my voice. I just wasn't expecting visitors. What you saw is what I've spoke of. Getting one's hands dirty. What I need you to do is to forget you ever saw that. Can you do that?" Braddock has a look of uncertainty, and his master says, "Good boy. I knew I could count on you. Run along now." Braddock slowly paces forward when suddenly he's frozen in his place. His savior, his mentor, his provider, King Opak, stands in front of him now. "I can't count on you, can I? That's a shame. I had really high hopes for you. But sadly, you're spoiled goods now and worthless. I'm gonna miss you." He grasps Braddock strongly on the shoulder. Blackout. Braddock comes to in a forest with memories of nothing. He looks around and he finds a sack with a note pinned to it. It reads, Your name is Braddock. In this satchel, you'll find everything you need to survive for a couple of weeks, but you should seek civilization. Enclosed is a map with your location marked. I know you remember nothing, but learn this quickly. Let nothing stand in your way, and bow to no one. You guys wake up in the morning.
So is that something we all saw?
Nope.
Did any of us see that?
Braddock.
Braddock.
Okay. No. That's what I'm trying to piece together. As long as Braddock knows this shit's
Braddock.
going on. That's good.
Just good old Braddock knows.
That's good. I like it.
The morning is yours. Be my guest.
Who's up first?
I don't know. Austin was a heavy, or Nitsua was a heavy sleeper for a while. It's not my game.
Yeah. Ace is probably sleeping in. We've been out for a while.
Braddock probably wakes up first.
That sounds about right.
I was seeing if Jeannie beat us all up.
Jeannie, yeah.
Well,
Oh, you know
Jeannie's
what?
already gone.
Jeannie's up with me drinking, chatting.
Yeah, that where you see Jeannie like
We're at
Braddock,
the breakfast table just talking shit.
Braddock, you were let's say you're sitting at the kitchen table or whatever, and Jeannie's like dressed in like flannels and jeans and like work boots for some reason, and
Jeannie's like, that was
rolling
the
up his
first thing I
sleeves.
grabbed.
Yeah, he's whistling whistle while you work, and he's about to head out for the day, and he goes, "Whoa, you're up early. You good, man?"
Had a rough night.
Yeah, I haven't had too many good nights myself here lately. Anything I can do?
Help me finish some beers.
He looks at his watch. He doesn't have one on, and he's like, I mean, I guess, sure.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk you into it.
Yeah, just don't tell anybody that I spent an hour or two drinking here with you when I was all ready to work. Like, let's just pretend like I woke up at the, not earlier than everybody, and I woke up at a normal time, ready to do normal things.
Well, it's okay. If anybody asks, I'll just say this is our first break.
Calling it a little early. I like your style.
Yeah.
So he
The Jeremy Yates handbook.
Right, yeah. I've been working for 15 minutes. Time to burn one. So he takes a bottle, smacks it on the edge of the table. I imagine you just holding your beer, and he just kind of cheerses you while you stare into the abyss. And he's like, "All right, cool, good start." And he starts drinking with you. He's like,
Yeah, see, I always like drinking with someone, so that way nobody else can call me an alcoholic if I'm drinking with somebody.
Like, yeah, I'm not sure that's better, sure.
Isn't that just two alcoholics?
Yeah, we're definitely both not alcoholics. It's like, he's like, so what do you do around here? Like, you have like a job or like, I don't know.
I'm a bit of a jack of all trades.
That's better than being a master of none.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, so they tell me. I don't know. What other kind of cliches? Birds of a feather or some bullshit?
Oh, the grass is always greener with the pen is mightier than a sword.
Oh, that's pen is. Got it. I've been saying that one wrong. Yeah, no. I think those people don't understand the benefit. That grass is always green. I don't think they understand the benefits of properly dried and a bit browned grass, if you know what I mean.
To be smoketh?
That'd be he gives you the old charades tap on the nose. He's like, you know what? He's like, I feel a little guilty that I'm not doing something since I told everybody I'd be doing. He's like, I'm gonna start whipping up breakfast. You want something?
Absolutely.
cool. He's like, full spread. And he like starts to get out like pots and pans and like you see him like getting ingredients and stuff and like putting them on the counter and he's like, hang on, fuck this. And then he just creates food again. And the smell starts wafting.
Just like a Dave.
Yeah. He's like he's like work smarter, not harder, right? And so like there's the full
Are we back to
breakfast.
cliches?
Yeah, definitely. He says, if you can't cliche them, join them, or whatever. And he's like, he just yells out. He goes, do you want me to get them guys up, or you want a little more quiet?
Nah, you can wake him up. Just make my food first.
He's like, oh, he's like, here you go, man. Yeah, it's all good. Like, when he created it, there was a full plate already in front of you. He's like, dig in, man. He's like, hey, you lazy fucks, there's work to be done. And food's, Genie's getting real comfortable. Now that he's been somewhat absolved of his quote-unquote sins, he's like, get the fuck up. Food's on. And he's like, all right, man. He says, don't get in your bag too hard there. And he says, I'm gonna go chop some wood or some shit. And he takes his bottle and he taps the top of yours, so you have to shotgun that shit. And he's like, later. And
Smack his hat off.
he goes, cool. And he like snaps and another hat appears. He's like, you can have that one. That's a shitty hat. Then he leaves and he goes somewhere to do something. He starts I'll tell you what, he goes logging. I think I had a logger or a logging camp set up or something. He goes and like gets that shit going because you're gonna need wood for a boat.
True.
So yeah, you two are up. You find Braddock with full breakfast.
Ah, Braddock. You got at it early. Thank you very much for cooking breakfast.
Anytime.
Of course. I would have been real disappointed if you like gave credit where it was due.
Me
would have
too.
been so off brand.
The reason I asked was so he wouldn't.
Hey, somebody's got to throw the alley-oop before it's dunked.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Is that legal? Travel. Double dribble. What? That's my favorite.
And you guys get mad at me when I set up my own "That's What She Said" joke. Go to hell.
Whatever, dude.
I mean, yeah, not the same, boss.
I mean, I've seen plenty of guys. Never, sorry.
Because I
Enough of
didn't
the
set up
sports
my own joke. I set you up to do the joke.
What are you chuckle fucks doing today?
Ace is gonna go check in with the captain.
You guys are eating breakfast, and you hear a knock on the door, and it's her. She's like,
Come eat. We got plenty.
she knocks and then just comes.
Yeah, I
in.
made a whole spread.
Shit, you're eating.
Yeah, Braddock cooked breakfast.
When the hell did you learn to cook?
It's fantastic.
Nah, don't ask me when, because then you're just gonna want me to cook all the time for you.
I mean, I guess, whatever. Like, that's fine.
That
She's confused, but yeah, she gets it. She's like, nah, we got like a restaurant, man. Like, I don't need you to be like my personal chef or anything like that.
Okay, that's fine. I don't want to cook.
Yeah, no one asked you to cook. Why would you cook if you didn't want to cook, Braddock?
That's a
Oh,
great
I was
question, Your
hungry.
Majesty.
You think I always want to cook when I'm hungry? No, but sometimes I have to. You fuckers are asleep.
very true.
You cook for all.
I never want to cook, but I tend to have to.
She's like,
I
yeah.
thought I was a lot hungrier than I was.
Nitsu is giving him a hard time for no fucking reason.
He's
So you woke up and decided that the regular breakfast wasn't good enough, and then you were like, "Let me make some more breakfast for these other fuckers so I can give them a hard time."
Yeah.
The captain jumps in. She's like, you could have got up and cooked. Why didn't you do it?
No,
Why don't you
no,
leave
right?
him alone?
No. All that happens, and then Nitsu takes eat some more, and he's like, "Okay, I'm fine with that because it's so good."
The captain was really enjoying stirring the pot. She's like, all right, I guess I'm done. She's like, She's like, I saw Genie. He's got a stack of logs, like as tall as him already. Like, and when I say logs, I mean trees with the
Sticks.
branches cut off. No, like the opposite. They're fucking
Okay.
huge. Like, like,
I think she means entire trees.
yes, the whole
Ah.
tree. She's like, they're like 3 feet in diameter and like 12 to 20 feet long. He's got them stacked up. He's good.
Well, we'll need it.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, we're gonna. She goes.
Yes, we will.
So what's on the docket for today, boys? I mean, it's gonna be a minute before we can even get back home.
Town building and reconciliation. Time to get people back living their lives again, being productive members of society, but also making sure that we deal with the trauma and everything else that those people had to go through, so they don't just carry it with them and let it fester. So we've got a lot of hard work to do and some long conversations.
Now, what's the plan for going back? Are we building a ship or are we building a small boat? Are we taking a handful or are we saying the whole? I mean, these people aren't fighters. We can't fight Stone Shore. We gotta sneak in, take them by surprise, right?
I think even if all of us were fighters, I think you'd still be right, Ace. I don't think.
It should just be a few of us going.
Well, we should definitely ask for volunteers. If anyone who wants to go back should be able to go back and go back to their lives. There might be some people who were held in prison this whole time who might be done with this place. But the place they
Fair.
go back to might also be their home. So the way I figure it, we just put our cards on the table and let people know what's up. We're gonna need. We won't need soldiers, but we're gonna need some spies. We're not gonna be going to battle with swords and bows and axes and shields, but we're gonna be doing some battling something some way, one way or the other. What do you guys think?
Well, I don't think we can. I mean, I see the need to give them an opportunity to have their lives back, but that may need to be addressed after we deal with the king. So, have you decided you no longer want to work with the coven? Is that what I am to understand?
Well, I guess we need to go eat some shrooms and have a conversation with them and ask them what their plan was.
I mean, I also felt like if we got time while we're building an entire ship, that's going to be something the town's going to have to work together on and could take time. I feel like we should hash out all those plans, then maybe take a trip to the outlying villages just as emissary. We don't have to role play this, but like hit everywhere, all the civilizations we know, and see if there's anything trade or anything we need to fucking catch up on, and check in with the Locaths while we're out there and try to fucking meet him with the coven, unless they contact us first.
Sure.
Because I also figure they'd be watching us and will contact us when they're ready.
Says yeah, no, that all sounds great. She says do you want to know about the contingency plan I mentioned?
What do you got?
As long as it doesn't have anything to do with you offering your heart.
No, I don't think I'm. She says I do my best, but I don't think I'm the one for that job there.
Good.
She says
I would sure hope not.
no.
Ace says with like worry in his voice.
She says I've turned it around, but I couldn't say that I can't say that I've paid all my debts. Let's just say it that way. she says, no, when you guys were gone, I was out talking to everybody, and I got talking with a particular person, and well, fuck it. She's like, hang on, and she goes and she opens the door, and you see her like peek her head around the corner, and you hear her go, come on in, and in through the door walks Gerbert, the old man. You guys remember him? He was the not shitty cartographer. He was the good guy.
Yeah, the real nice old guy.
Yeah. His wife was the second victim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So she's like, you guys remember Gerbert, right?
Sure.
Like,
Hey, buddy.
Hey, gentlemen, how goes it?
Gerbert, yes. How have you been since the journey?
Oh, I've had a nice bit of R&R here. Beautiful place you got here. It's not like my home, but it's certainly got its benefits. He's like, that sea air certainly is nice. And the captain's like, so me and Gerbert got to talking one day. We may have had a few too many, but well, why don't you fill the boys in?
Yeah, Gerbert, what's on your mind?
He says, well, I don't know if our lovely captain here was supposed to share this with me or not, but she told me about the predicament you guys were in, and he's like, I've had a great life. He's like, I'm not a spring chicken. He says, but not to toot my own horn, but toot. He's like, I may be the man for the job, and things have been as good as they can be, but I am ready to see the missus again. And he's like, so if you guys need me, I'm here. And if that message isn't clear, let me know and I will spell it out for you.
Yeah, it makes sense. I like what you did.
Because I don't want this to be too grim, you also get the impression that if you guys tell him you don't need or want his services, he's not gonna like go off himself.
Yeah.
He's just a fucking great dude who has lived a full life. He is happy, but he could be slightly happier by being reunited with the missus in the afterlife.
He's not.
Can I do it?
I don't know.
He's ready for
Oh, go ahead, boss.
Can I do it?
Wow. Wow.
Gerbert kind of side eyes you like, yelp.
I don't know that we want to. Gerbert, are you sure? I don't think
kidding,
you should.
Buddy. I don't want you to die.
You should give up your life like that, especially we're in this predicament because of me. I feel like if we're going to work with them, it would almost be my responsibility.
He says.
And he says that with a real long face.
He says.
And he won't look towards the captain when he says it.
He says, no. She told me all that business, and you guys were in a tough spot. You didn't know who to trust. You didn't have any reasons to trust, and I get it. He says, like I said, things are great, but there's one way they could be better. And like he smiles, and you see like a big lump in his throat, and he's getting a little misty-eyed, and he's like, I don't want you to worry about me. He's like, if you don't need me, I'm not gonna do anything stupid. I'm just gonna enjoy my time while I have it. And he's like, but honestly, no, he's like, it's yours. And the captain's like, she's like, we had this talk at the bar, and like I said, we may have had too many that night, but I gave him a couple days to sleep on it, and he was just as he was same mindset 3 days later, and then I went and talked to May, and she's like, I didn't I didn't give her everything. I just kind of did a little rudimentary background check on old Gerber here. Goddamn, if she kind of takes her finger and wipes it on his traces it over his bald head and makes a squeaky noise. She's like, "This is one squeaky clean little fucker here," and she smiles at him. She's like,
Well,
she's like, she's like, she sees Braddock's beer that he had beers, and she there's some empties on the table. She starts checking them. She takes the one out of your hand and sees that it's half full and downs it. She's like, shit's fucking dark, I know, but I know you guys you may need an out, and I found you one. So we'll leave you to it. Do with that information what you will, and we'll make sure if that's what we do, it's tasteful. And Gerbert's like, that's all I could ask for.
Braddock, I know where you stand on this, Your Majesty.
well, Gerber, I appreciate your offer. It's always good to have options when you're in a position like we are. And if it comes to it, we'll let you know.
He says,
That was the most matter-of-fact answer.
he says, sorry.
Oh,
Like,
by the way,
I guess
since-
I didn't nail this job interview, and he leaves.
Since Braddock has been drinking, he turns around and asks, "Hey, what are we talking about?"
Gerbert's like,
Gerbert's gonna sacrifice himself so we can have his heart.
Oh shit.
You offered to kill him. How do you not remember this?
That
Are you
was,
turning into me?
that was weeks ago.
It was seconds ago.
he spent a weekend there one night.
Are you
like
okay, Braddock?
What?
Are you okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yes,
Um,
I'm playing.
let me-
yeah,
let me
he's
do
still
an
pretty out of
insight
it from his
check.
dream.
Yeah.
Let me do an insight check. I got a 7.
Boz, roll a opposed deception, because you're definitely. I imagine you're lying. You can roll persuasion if you'd like.
Wait, what am I rolling?
Roll a deception or persuasion check, whichever one's better for you.
Ah, they're both about the same.
I figured. Oh, you lose.
6.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not gonna make you fess up, but
No.
Ace,
You just tell
definitely-
me.
Ace, you definitely know
something's
something's wrong.
Okay.
Because this is as close to PvPing rolls as we're getting.
Braddock, you want to go for a walk and smoke a joint?
With you?
Yeah. Unless
Oh my
you don't
God.
want to go with me,
She's like, you won't go with me?
Yes.
Okay. She's like, you want him to stay here?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
She goes, all right, cool. Ace, you guys.
Ace looks really sad. Like, he's just like, okay, buddy, because he knows that's what you need, because he can tell something's
Right.
wrong.
You won the
But
the check.
He's also like, and then you're gonna take my.
She's
Well,
like,
I hope my girlfriend, and he's like, what is going on here?
She goes, all right, I'll be outside waiting for you. She looks at you, kind of gives you one of those fist pushes in the chin. She's like, cheer up. You know he's a tough nut to crack. And she goes outside.
No, but I thought I cracked it.
Yeah.
And he hands Braddock a joint and walks towards the back to sulk.
Yeah, Braddock, you can
So
go.
I totally heard him say that, and he
She's gonna wait about 5 minutes, and if you decide to do this, she's gonna go. After 5 minutes, she's gonna fuck off and go do some work. So, do you take her up on this or no?
No.
Okay, so you just chill there. She goes, you hear her outside the door. She goes, I ain't got all goddamn. You hear her very muffled. I ain't got all goddamn day. All right, well, I'll check in on him later. She just walks off.
Hey, wait. You got a light?
Did you like open the door and like say this, or did you just
Yeah.
still sit? She goes, "I got one."
Okay, bye.
Okay. You like go back inside.
Yes.
She doesn't give you the light. She like holds
I
it in
don't-
her hand. Okay.
I didn't ask to have a light. I just asked if she had one.
Okay. Cool. All right. Weird motherfucker. She just like walks away. She's like, thank God.
Well, he's
fucking
drunk right
strong."
now, so I'm playing him drunk.
No, it's
Friday,
cool.
why are you being rude to the captain?
Bro, it doesn't matter if he was drunk or not. None of this, all of this tracks for him. Trust me.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean the day is yours. You know what Jeannie's up to. You know what the captain's up to. I don't know what you guys want to do.
Ace seeing the captain kind of dicked around with Braddock is gonna catch up with her and like do her rounds with her.
Yeah. So yeah, you do that. You see, it's I would say business as usual, but it's not. It's definitely not, right? Like morale is fucking through the roof because everybody's got their people back. You probably see most of the same people doing work. You don't see any of the first waivers probably working. If they are, they're on light duty, right?
Yeah.
So, because if
The ones that are working are the ones that you can't tell not to.
exactly, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
They're my
The
fucking,
Kevin Hagans.
They're my mother who retires and finds 3 part-time jobs because she's too fucking bored.
Yeah.
So you see outside. You see May watching Babs and what the fuck's her name?
I don't know.
Damn it.
She sounds like Babs.
What was her name?
I
Son
can't
of a
remember her
bitch.
name.
Ronka Loggerhead. That's right.
That's right.
Ronka. You see them. They have wet feathers, and they're laying them over drying racks. And May is watching from behind them, just in disgust. But they look happy as clams.
Ace is gonna toss him another feather as he walks by.
Like a big ass one.
Yeah.
Okay. They fucking like they dive on it like they're like peasants in a Disney movie that the rich snobby villain has tossed some pennies at them. You
Love
see
you,
him.
ladies.
Yeah, thank you. This will do very nicely. Oh, it's the good. I told you he had the good stuff. She's like, oh yeah, he's got this. This is gonna be great. They're just chattering away. They dunk it in some water they dunk it in milk. Duh. May, you see May like kind of because you're not close enough to hear. She like you see her like mouthing the words like excuse me ladies, and she like gives them like the one minute thing. She goes around the corner and hurls into a bush. She's like and they're too distracted with their brand new rock feather to give a shit. She's like, and the captain's like, I guess whatever makes them happy. I'm not gonna yuck their yum. I don't
It
get
keeps
it.
them quiet, and they both know not to push it on everyone. So I think it'll work to keep them morale up.
She's like, I'm not worried about that. I just don't get it. But I guess I don't have to understand it. I just have to accept it.
We don't have to understand everything.
I know.
No.
I mean, have you met me? I don't know if I understand me.
She's like, I got a pretty damn good grasp on you. She's like, there ain't no puzzles here. I know. I got the book written on your fucking ass.
Oh, do you now?
She says it in a not flirty way. She says, yeah, I do. She's like, I've been doing this cop shit for a long time, mister. She's like, I got you pegged.
I got you, babe.
She's not.
who am I?
She's not like.
Can I just lean over to Ace and whisper, y'all? I think she's flirting with you.
You're not there, but
you're not even anywhere
you
near
can
me.
I know,
lean
I
over.
want to.
You do it from the home. Yeah, you do it.
Yeah.
You're just way behind.
He just He just leans out the window. She's flirting with you.
She's like, no, I'm not. She's like, you put on a tough show. You put on a big show. She's like, it's good. She's like, but I know it's a show. She's like, I'm not gonna shit on you for it. She's like, you do it to keep people at a distance, right?
Kinda.
She says, cause the people you have let in haven't been great to you. Am I getting
Not
there?
always.
Yeah. She says, but if that bridge somehow gets built, then it's made out of granite and it's not going anywhere.
I fight for those close to me. I believe that's important.
Of course it is, but it takes a while to build a bridge out of granite. It's not easy, but it's worth it.
Very true.
Says, yeah, I told you. And she just keeps walking. It's really nice when
And-
you need to do that
yeah,
shit
yeah.
and you're the DM.
She's he is walking with her.
Yeah, so you catch
He
up. You see,
Hops to catch up.
yeah, one of the people you can't tell not to work that you already see working is Argon. He's so fucking
Oh, yeah,
happy to be
I-
back in the smithy, and she's
I,
like,
that's exactly who I thought of when I was saying that.
she's like,
I was like, that motherfucker's
she
gonna be
sees
working.
him hard at work, and she's like, well, I didn't know Argon too well, but I know Torget pretty damn well, and none of that surprises me at all.
I met both of them a little, and I could have told you he was going to do that when we got back.
Yeah, you ain't gonna tell him nothing. So, but
He had an itchy hammer finger, that's for sure.
yeah, I'm sure there's a cream or something you can that'll fix that. So she goes, she goes, what do you think about old Mr. Gerbert's offer?
I don't know. I don't like working with them.
She's like, she's like, I don't like you guys having to work with them. She's like, I just am worried whether or not you'll be able to do it without them. She's like, I've been in that town longer than you have, and I don't like your.
You're
odds."
right.
She's like,
You know the city better than any of us but Netsua.
yeah, that's that. Yeah, if anybody knows it better than me, that's here. It's him.
But I also think he looks at it on a much smaller level, as he looks at the city more as the royal family, whereas you look at the city as the people.
For sure.
Nitsua is personally all about the people, but I believe his enemy right now is the royal family.
Oh yeah, no doubt. It's and like,
The closer we get, he might be getting tunnel vision.
right, and
But I have it as well.
you guys could go over there. You could sneak in and you could off him. But I don't know how that plays out, man. What's that look like? You look like assassins. You look like assassins of your. You look like mutineers and assassins. You know what I'm saying?
We could stage it to look like we are
Assassins.
rebel slaves. Escaped slaves who killed their captor.
You could. I think you got one face among you that's not gonna fool anybody though.
Very true.
She says, "Look, man, I'm not gonna tell you guys to do nothing. Nitsu was nice enough to put me in charge and put that show on, and I think people around here have bought it. But as far as I'm concerned, he's in charge."
He
He's in
says
charge
the
of me.
same thing about you.
She laughs. She goes, "Fuck that dude." But for real, she's like, she's like,
So you know
What?
what this tells me? I'm in charge.
She's like, yeah, that's definitely. I think fuck it. Yeah, you're in charge. No. She's like, none of that's gonna happen. She's
he
like,
laughs
you might need some,
because he's joking.
some diplomacy classes, but maybe someday you could be you certainly have some sort of leadership role within you. We just got to find the right role for you.
I think I might be more of a diplomat than a leader,
Maybe like an advisor, because you're not
or an
you're
emissary.
not, sure. I mean,
I'm an emissary
you're not a dummy, that's for sure. You're smart
of
enough
Shoebill Coast.
She looks at you. She's like, maybe there is hope for you. And she's like, yeah, she's like, we get through this, there's definitely going to be a spot for you at the table, man.
I hope so,
She's like, we'll just find out what it is.
because I don't want to have to lift stuff.
She's like, yeah, no, I don't think anybody really wants you to lift stuff. Especially if they have to, like, help you lift it, because they know either A, they're going to be doing all the lifting, or B, it's going to fall on them.
I'm
like,
stronger than you'd think.
Sure. Yeah, no, I'm not going to fight you. I know how that plays out. It ain't good. But, yeah.
If I don't use magic, you win.
Yeah, I think so, but, that's stupid. I would also beat a baby in a fight, but let's not go down that road.
Hey!
She says, she hands you a sword.
Do I look like a baby and he snaps and he's in like a baby's onesie outfit?
You're in a baby New Year outfit with the sash. And she's like, kind of. She's like, do you know what she points at? Did you do this on purpose or accident?
On purpose.
Okay, she's like, yeah, you look exactly like a baby.
That's what I was going for. And he snaps and he goes back
not?
to his normal clothes.
Okay, cool. Thank you. That was very off-putting. She's like, yeah, man, I don't know. She's
but
like,
wasn't it funny?
It was funny. It was a good joke. She's like, maybe court jester. Maybe that's your thing. I don't know. Like I said, well, there's going to be a spot for you. She's like, I said, fuck them bitches for real, though. But, I don't know. She's like, something to think about.
Because what if they're playing us? What if they're working with the king to begin with? What if they have Nitsua duped?
She says,
I trust Nitsua's judgment better than anyone's, but
sure.
What if?
She says, what pieces do you guys have? So what'd you guys get out there?
We found some manifests. We told her everything.
So she's like, so you guys you found the soul, so that's pretty big.
Yeah,
she says,
the soul.
She says, and they gave you the brain. She's like,
we have 2 pieces.
She's like, what? She's like, through this, what has been their ultimate goal, as far as you know?
To get their father and husband back.
Right. She says, and they gave you one of the pieces. Then it kind of seems like collateral to me, or like some kind of goodwill or good faith gesture. She says, I don't know these bitches like you do, but it seems like that ain't nothing.
I don't really know them. I just know what they've admitted to.
Sure.
And I don't like it.
I get it.
I don't like their means. I understand they think they're justified.
Yeah. She's like, everybody makes mistakes. And you let people get judged by a jury of their peers, or whatever the saying. However the laws are adjudicated here. She's like,
I'm pretty Brown just gets to behead who they want. So if we can convince Nitsua, there's a plan.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just something I've been kicking around, because I ain't had a lot to think about since when y'all were going.
Not the car.
So
you gotta drive your car.
She's like, yeah, that's it. I know John's talking. It's okay.
He's not that important.
His brother needed him.
So
what's Nitsua doing?
one of the things I want to work on, just anytime there's downtime over the next however long we're doing stuff, is to work with the one that one trader dude who said he was gonna do his best. The one I'm training with the light.
Oh, the trader.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I thought you said trainer. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So last you saw him, he was in a stockade, and he had a nice house, but he's been downgraded to like gen pop. Like,
With a lot more people.
well, here's the thing: he can't really fulfill his oath of repentance in the stocks, right? So you see him, I don't know, you pick the task. Whatever the most demeaning task is, that's the one he volunteered with. Stable mucking? I don't know. Seems like a bad job, but I'll let you pick this one. And
No.
that's where you find him.
It wouldn't be stable mucking. That's too simple, and you're just doing an honest, hard day's work of just dealing with poop. That doesn't really have anything. You know what I mean?
I will tell
I
you
got
this.
an idea.
He was a fancy boy. Like, you know that dirt was never under this man's fingernails. So take that. John, what's your idea?
Like the town bitch.
Like a
Basically.
gopher?
The town gopher. Whenever anybody needs anything,
Yeah.
he has to fucking. He's got to be on call.
Austin, you
That's also not really.
you set this oath in place, so you pick the task.
The point isn't just to, because otherwise, Nitsu would have just killed him, and called that as his ledger balanced.
Right.
To get true remorse and redemption, you have to look what you did in the face, right? So, I mean, and to know it.
Right.
I think at first I would have asked asked the captain to sort of look after him a little bit, be her runner or to be her errand boy,
Sure.
to just sort of like, so he sees what goes on in the village on a daily basis.
He's like Kenneth the Page from 30 Rock.
Right, because if he's not useful, then he's not useful. He needs to be useful to people. For the most part, he's probably just doing either just busy work or things the captain needs. Hey, I need this letter got messed up. I need you to rewrite it. And it's journals of people, and it's people explaining what they did and stuff like that.
Sure. He would probably be a good person for that because he was like an upperclassman, so like he's got good handwriting. Like he's a professional calligrapher.
So we want to, right, because we're not just going to throw the baby out with the bathwater here and say, screw you, we're going to make you suffer. Because the suffering is getting to know the people that you were essentially part of selling into slavery.
Right.
And then over time, I would have met with him at one-on-one sessions when I was able to, to get him, to show him how to get in touch with the light and how to basically feel the connection of the community, because that's where we draw our power from, right? It's not from a god or divine power. It's actually drawing it from the energy of the community and it's as big as you can get is how powerful you are, because you are in touch and in tune with that level of the community. So for him to
the sum of the parts is greater than the whole kind of thing.
So for him to learn how to touch that, it would be like touching fire or ice, because he realizes the damage that he was a part of. He wasn't just hurting some people, like he was hurting the whole community in a way, in a depth that reached the divine level, and that's what he was doing, and that's why what he was doing was so bad. So there would be a point where he would have a breakdown, like not a mental breakdown, but close to it, where he had a crisis of faith moment, and that's what you push him to. That's the point of what you're trying to get him to realize is the gravity of what he did. It's not just smoking a pack of cigarettes.
You're
You know,
a break him
you're-
break him down so you can rebuild him kind of thing.
right? Yeah, exactly. So there'd be some tasks where a family needed help or something, and that's kind of like what John was talking about. But it'd be targeted, and it like, hey, this person's, you know, uh, I don't know.
I get you.
He-
We don't have to get specific with it.
He could
Right.
just be upkeeping the housework of the people who he'd wronged.
Occasionally,
Basic stuff.
something like that. But when it was a specific person that he knew, and it was that, because what we don't want is for the people that he's helping to know that this is, well, they all would know, but it's not like,
They're not.
Well,
You don't want
the
them.
point would have to be not only does he have to assimilate back and understand these people, but they also have to accept him back.
Right. You don't
knowing
want them to,
his crimes.
You don't want them
So-
at the end of this to be looking down on him. You want them.
Yeah.
When it's all said and done, he's one of them.
right. And so there's sometimes where he goes and helps, but they'd be targeted and specific, and it'd be the captain saying, "Go help this family do this," and he'd probably show up and say, "Hey, I'm sorry, it's me. I'm the one who has time to help you.
Right.
I can do this alone if you need me to," or, and then like, "Oh well, if you're here, then just help me,"
Right.
and then they would do the thing,
Right.
help them with their redo their taxes, or like redo their family, not family, but their business ledgers and stuff. Like he would just, with things that he was good at, he would go and help
Sure.
people with their own stuff, and it's kind of like he would have to see them as people. That's a good point, John. And then they would see him like they would see him too.
Would possibly another like something to add on to it is taking up an apprenticeship from somebody, like finding a craft to master outside of something he already knows.
If anyone would take him,
Like
something that wasn't really necessary.
that would be like a later step. Like once you've been accepted more and you can garner this, that's how you know you've gotten to the next step.
The biggest thing is
Something like
the more he connects with the light, the more the change in him would be genuine and people would see it. And but that's what I would do while Ace was walking. I would go and find him and take him somewhere private and give him instruction and training on how to touch the light, even if it hurt.
Right. Yeah. No, that's good shit. You do that, and well, you guys were gone. The captain kind of just like, she didn't really know because nobody gave her like instructions, so she kind of just kept him busy, right? She wasn't like overly mean to him. Maybe she did a bit. Maybe there was, a couple of hours of stable mucking, but there was also like, helping with laundry. There was he helped clean up the bar after a long night. Like, he was doing everything. She just kept him busy because idle hands and all that shit. How many cliches can we jam into one session of D&D? But yeah,
This
so
is the cliche celebration.
that's right. So she kept him busy. So it's some of the stuff you mentioned. There's some overlap, and then like, so you can see that even in the time you guys were gone in your dungeon crawling shit, he's certainly been humbled. He's not there yet, but there's still work to do. But you can see he's on the right path. He's getting there.
Try to be done.
Yeah.
Like, because it's almost it would be my responsibility to either end his life, or I am now responsible. Nitsua feels responsible for his life.
Would you like to talk to this guy?
No, we don't need to roleplay.
Okay. But yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
You feel responsible for his redemption.
Well, yeah, either
Yeah.
I've got to put it down or I've got to redeem it. Like those are the two options.
You are
So-
now officially his Obi-Wan.
Right.
Yeah, but like anything, you got to get to it, and you're not even started, but you get to a certain point where they have to prove they can do it. You can only teach them so
Yeah,
much,
that they want it right, but that's kind of the thing. Like
and
it was
only
either
time will tell.
it was either that or death, essentially. And Mitsua chose to risk it, essentially. Of he could see the potential.
And you will only truly know if you succeeded when he dies.
All true. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's what Nitsua's doing.
Right on. Braddock, after everybody has, I assume you were the last one to leave the home.
Yeah.
What's going on with you? The town is yours. If there's anybody in specific you would like to talk to, they are there. What's going on with Braddock?
Still trying to process everything.
Sure. You no
Pushing
one
away his friends.
no one else knows that you are now, I wouldn't say equally connected, but you've certainly got a foot in the pool. You've basically learned that the reason you're so good at what you do is because of the person that you guys are trying to topple, as it were. Like,
So, did he work for Mitsua's dad?
That's why he's such a good warrior.
He was trained by him.
He forgot all the connections until now, but that shit stayed with him. It's all in all the muscle memory stayed there. And Braddock, since Braddock was an Oath of Vengeance paladin, this is where I'm trying to derive that vengeance from.
Yeah.
Like, you were abandoned by somewhat of a father figure at this point. I mean, you were probably there for a while. I don't remember how long I said, a couple months, but like I said, this dude picked you up out of the dirt and made something out of you, and then tossed you away like you were leftover dinners. Like, just because he didn't think he could trust you. And whether or not he could have is irrelevant.
Yeah,
we can chalk that up to his paranoia of, keeping the power. So, yeah, you were tossed away. But yeah, if there's anybody you want to process this with, they're there. I know how Braddock is.
Even though he was hesitant at first, but he's still the only person you'll probably talk to first is Ace.
Well, if you want to go find him, he's around. And if you want to have that conversation, the captain will gladly fuck off.
No, I think he'll would say, if Ace asks me again or is still interested, he'll talk about it, but he's not gonna go seek somebody to talk to about it.
Yeah, he certainly is not the open book that some of the other people in this story are. But yeah, I don't have anything. I had nothing planned for tonight except the Braddock shit. So
eventually they're gonna get back together. Like, we live in the same place.
like, you guys have a whole day. Like,
so is Braddock pretty much hanging at the house drinking all day?
Yeah.
So, okay, I'd say after the captain's morning rounds, Ace circles back to the house for lunch, and he sees that Braddock's, like, drunker. There were 3 or 4 beer bottles, now there's like 14.
Sure.
And he's like,
it reeks in the house. You walk in and it hits you in the face.
God.
It's the strong shit. It's not like hard liquor, but it's
Braddock, you've been still, or
I've been drinking.
Yeah.
I've been drinking.
I did it.
Yeah.
You drank all of it.
Where are you
It
pitching?
looks like. I was doing morning rounds with the captain. You
I
know,
want to look
it's
for you.
it's like
I-
11.
Here, I'm sure there's a bottle here that has
Um,
something in it.
Yeah. I mean, do you need me to drink with you, buddy?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Okay. And he's
If you can
gonna
find one.
he's gonna look for a bottle. and
you have
Hey,
like
get me one too.
what you have is under the sink. You have like the curtains, and you pull them open, and you see that Genie has left you with, when he created breakfast, instead of creating the entire 45 pounds of food, he devoted that to like 10
a ton
jugs
of
of
booze.
wine.
Okay.
Yeah, he
Ace,
can make wine instead of water.
Ace is gonna
That's in the
he's
stat
looking
block.
at that, he's looking at Braddock, and he takes his water skin, and I'll roll sleight of hand so Braddock can't see it.
Yeah.
And he's gonna pour it into one of the empty bottles, and he's gonna make it smell like booze with prestidigitation. I got
I'm not gonna make you roll any of this because
Yeah, I
you
got-
have magic and he's hammered.
Yeah, I got a high roll. Yeah, I fucking hide it.
It's like
And-
when
You're
you-
making
it's
a
like
magical old duels?
when- yeah.
Essentially, and
Okay.
and he's gonna change the smell and the flavor. He's gonna make it taste like booze, and he's gonna give it to Braddock. And here you go, buddy. And he's gonna make one for himself too.
Thanks, pal.
And he's
Tastes
gonna
really
spark
good.
up a joint, and he's gonna. Oh, it's nice to be back, and we finally saved all those people.
Yeah. Is it?
I mean, we've done great things here, Braddock. When we got here, it was deserted, and now we've found everybody. Well, but one, the town master. But we'll find him. I'm sure of it. We
There was
found
one-
everyone else.
True. There was one person I was searching for this whole time, and I found him. Now I don't want to find him.
Who were you searching for?
Me?
Did you get your memory back?
I don't want it, buddy.
Is it bad?
It's bad enough for me to be here all damn day.
I mean, a lot of people have gotten bad news lately. Jeannie got bad news. Itsua got bad news. I mean, I've gone through a lot with you guys. I haven't gotten any new bad news, but all of your news has been pretty crappy.
True,
But
but
I
there's
mean-
one thing I've learned in this trip is we all process everything differently.
Well, that's true. Do you
And I choose
process
to drink.
stuff?
I choose to drink. And
Yeah, I've noticed that. You do drink a lot. No, you're not. You've been with us this whole time. If you were a truly bad guy, you wouldn't have done none of the good things you did.
yeah, but I'm trying. What I'm trying to figure out is if I would have done all that if I didn't. If I still would have done all that stuff if I had remembered everything. Would I be different if I had remembered all that stuff?
I don't know. Maybe you were supposed to remember or supposed to forget so you could change. If you're guided by the gods, which I've kind of felt like you were, and so is Nitsua, whichever gods those may be, and I feel like that you're here for a reason. Maybe you were given this second chance for a reason. Mitsua seems to be redeeming everybody. Maybe he can redeem you. If you want to
Yeah, but I
trust
really
him with
don't want him
something
to
like that.
too.
I mean, I know he's lame sometimes, but he's one of the purest people I
I
know.
know. I respect the guy. I respect him a lot. But we have our problems. He started it. He didn't remember my name forever.
He didn't. He was kind of a dick at the beginning, especially to you. I mean, I remember that a lot. He wouldn't say it at all.
I guarantee if you ask him now, he probably won't remember.
Probably not. But you know, he's consumed with saving everybody in the town. You know. Good. Keeps him busy. So you got more time to drink, and I got more time to smoke. And he passes the joint to you.
That seems like a win-win. By the
Well,
way,
you know.
this drink seems kind of light, but I like it.
It's my
You
own
don't mix them all,
special,
do you?
my own special blend.
I don't know if I want to know what that means.
It's an old family secret. And he winks at you. So, have you wandered outside and seen the giant pile of wood that Jeannie has outside? It's pretty impressive. Maybe we'll get some fresh air. Take a
Listen,
look.
I'm not going to get tricked into that conversation again.
No, literally, he's
Just
got like
because I'm
12
drunk doesn't mean you can
trees
take
on the
advantage of me.
ground.
You hear Ace rezip his pants up. No.
I'm being serious. Why don't you ever believe me?
Because you've lied to me enough times. Try to get me to wet my pants.
I lie to everybody, but they still believe me.
Okay. Where's this magical wood?
In the forest. Follow me.
You hear the captain yell, "It's not in his fucking pants."
Fuck you.
Can tell you that
I
much
love
right
it.
now.
Love it.
He's, you guys walk up to, at this point, there's like 3 of them. Like, you know, like when you're playing like an RTS and your villagers have been chopping wood. It's like that shit. And Jeannie's like, "Hey man, good to see you getting outside. How's things?"
Fuck off.
Okay. He goes back
I'm
to
kidding.
chopping wood.
I'm kidding. No.
Fuck back on. You got it.
Braddock's been drinking all morning. He's doing fantastic.
I smell
Yeah.
that.
Oh, good. I thought it was just me.
No, it is just you. It's you. You got that?
No. Good.
Yeah. No, it's great.
Glad I got one thing right today.
You're doing great. Yeah. You hear in your head, Ace. You're like, is he good?
He's dealing with some stuff, but that's his. We've talked about it.
All right. You hear cool. As long as somebody's watching him,
I trust
What are
him.
you talking about?
you can't hear any of this.
I know, but I'm looking at them looking at each other.
Well, you should be able to hear all of it. Unless
No,
he's just too
we're
drunk.
using message because
Oh.
Jeannie has that.
Well,
Oh,
It's
gotcha.
because we went silent for like about 30 seconds while they're just intently staring at each other, and I'm
Yeah.
still right here.
For sure.
I'm noticing that they're talking to each other.
Yeah. He says he says don't worry about it. I just been making wood and dick jokes like you ever seen wood this big kind of thing, you know.
That sounds like right up Braddock's alley.
Yeah, you're right. I should have
No wood is going up my alley.
He's
Ace.
like, yeah, there he is. There's my
Hey, there he is. So
he says yeah, well,
Braddock's been having a fun day.
he says, well, man, if you need to take your mind off of stuff, we got access. You can there's a tree all by itself away from everybody that you can chop the shit out of. And he says, right over there. And you see this, you see he left you a tree, and there's like stumps all around it. But, so you have,
I'm gonna make some tea real quick, but I can let.
I can bring my drink, right?
yeah. There's I made you a nice table over there. You can set it down when you need to set it down, and you see it's just a stump. But he put some splits around it, or not splits, but like he chopped up one of the trees to make like 4 like big log seats around it. He says, yeah, you can take out all your emotions on that tree. It's got it coming. It was talking shit about the town. And I said, ooh, you just wait, tree. I got something for you. And then he's like, it's all yours.
That's okay. If there's one thing I've learned over the years with trees, when they talk shit, they're all bark and no bite.
Hey, ayo, this guy. Am I right? Look out, Jerry Moonbeam. We got a new act in town.
Who are you talking to?
Yeah. No, I'm not. Jerry. I was talking to Jerry. He heard me.
Right.
I don't know if Jerry would like that.
Well, Jerry can go fuck himself. Am I right?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't. Yeah, fuck him.
yeah, he's good enough. But yeah, fuck him.
Braddock, you know,
Excuse
if anybody in this town can understand what you're going through, it's probably Jeannie.
He says,
Yeah.
yeah.
You mean Dave?
He's like,
That's true.
he
You
says,
probably cure my hangover fast.
Probably. And he winks at Braddock.
He says, well, I'm not
By the
gonna
way,
make
he was completely ignoring his problem and just pretending like you were talking about him being drunk.
for sure. Yeah, we got that.
Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure.
Yeah.
Jeannie's like, I tell you what, man. If you got something you want to download me on, I'll be over here. But I'm not gonna make you talk about anything. You're a big boy. You'll tell me when or if you're ready. And he goes back to chopping. He's got a.
Braddock.
At this point, it's like Iron Man and Cap levels of differences between
Nice.
him and everybody else.
Nice.
Just
Ace
splitting
is,
them with his hands at that point.
Ace is going to lean into Braddock, and he's going Braddock, maybe you should talk to Jeannie about your...
When did you get next to me?
Fuck.
I've been here, like, the whole time. I just got a little closer.
Jesus, man.
You should probably talk to Jeannie about your dream. If anybody's going to understand, it's him.
Okay.
So do you do that?
Yes.
Okay. Well, like you said, we can
That's
say
a win!
we can say
Finally!
Jeannie's like,
Wait, hold on.
okay.
Jeannie,
Yeah, what's up, man?
I dreamt I fucked Ace's mom.
That
And
Damn it!
you sure that was a dream and that just didn't actually happen?
yeah, my name was Hunter, and
Sounds
I was
horrible.
an elf.
Damn, that shit sounds sexy as hell.
Sorry, no,
was
okay,
she?
yeah.
No, never mind. I don't want that answer.
It's kind of a dead fish.
Oh, bummer.
Sure that wasn't Phineas's mom?
Oh,
Oh, maybe. But that's what you dreamt about, huh? That I understand why you're so fucking drunk then. That weighed heavy on fella. He's still talking about Ace's mom.
sorry. I'm hungover already. I don't want to vomit, so I'll stop talking about Ace's mom.
All right. Yeah, that's good.
No, then I do tell him what I dreamt.
So he takes it all in. He lets you get it all out. He goes, fuck, that's heavy, man. He says, but you know what? He's like, it sounds like, to me, he fucked up. Because he made you into what you are. And what you are is what's going to bring him down. And that's what a fucking idiot. Like, right? He like throws up a high five. He puts his hand up. Do you high five him?
I go for a fist bump.
Okay, so he does that old.
He does a paper cover rock.
He holds your fist with both of his hands. He's like, yeah. He's like, dude. Just, I mean, I know there's more to you than just hacking and slashing, but fuck, when you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail, and right now, that motherfucker's a nail, and it's hammer time. That's right. I went with a real shit joke. But he's like, dude.
Stop.
He's like, he told you were worthless. And there ain't one motherfucker in this whole town. And he turns you around and he's pointing at everybody. He's like, there ain't one person here that believes that you're useless. He's like, especially, he points out Ace and Nitsua. Well, Ace is, I imagine Ace is a few yards away or whatever. He's like, that one? He's like, and that one over there? They probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. So, I say we get this shit built. We do what we gotta do. And you take that motherfucker down. How's that sound? And he's like rubbing you on the back. And you're feeling, I don't know, do you want to feel more sober? Is that something Braddock would want?
No.
If you're having any hangover symptoms, they leave you. How about that?
Okay.
So, anything negative you were feeling that you didn't want to be feeling, you're not feeling that anymore, at least physically. You can still be depressed if that's what he wanted. He's not gonna stop you from feeling your feelings, but yeah, he's
gonna take the pain away.
That's right. He
rehydrates you.
Heroin. He's like so. I mean, your solution's right in front of you, man. You just got to go out there and grab it.
Yeah. Go grab it by its stupid neck.
It is a stupid neck, isn't it? It's got like that weird mole on it. I don't know why he's so rich. Why don't you have somebody just lop that thing off? I could have taken it off for him, but I wasn't going to offer.
Shit, just wear some high collar shirts.
Right?
That'll cover it.
Right.
Get a good ascot.
Turtlenecks.
One of those. What are those things called where it's like it looks like a doily, but like it's all ruffled?
Is that a dickie?
A coif?
I don't know, like Shakespeare's.
Ruffled,
they always got
ruffled necks. Yeah.
Yeah, they always got pictures.
An
of
accordion neck.
Yeah.
Like a vampire's
it's
shirt.
An accordion neck. Yeah, that's it. That. He should get those. I mean, they're stupid looking, but he'd cover it up.
Don't pirates wear those?
Yeah. Sure. Totally. No, they don't wear those.
Good. I don't want to look like a pirate.
Okay. Well, we'll get you. He snaps his fingers, and you're in the Jerry Seinfeld puffy shirt.
Why?
Why? He's like, yeah, I can do it too, motherfucker. He's like, look how dumb he looks. He whispers, Brad, look how stupid he looks in that shirt.
You know, I think I'm kind of pulling this off.
It's like he's not pulling that off.
No, he should pull that off.
Fair facts, big facts. He's right.
I'm definitely.
You didn't hear what Braddock says, but Jeannie just yells at you. He's right.
This is my new look. For sure. And he conjures a big fucking captain's hat.
Like a tri-corner hat?
Yeah. With a feather.
All right, boys. It is 9:30.
I like it.
Does anybody have anything they'd like to do? Because otherwise, I think we're at a great stopping point.
Yeah, I think we're good.
And I'll say this. Here, let me shut this record.